朋友们，大家好！学习英语需要开口朗读。我们每天都朗读一篇比较好的英文的文章，自己决定。晚上9点到10点呢，是我们录制的时间。今天我为大家带来的题目是 "Staying mentally sharp and healthy in retirement." Linda Killman 它是 DNP MSN GNP-BC FAANP， 这个都是在医疗领域里边的一些个title， 一些个名头衔吧。Gerontological nurse， 她是一个护士。Associate professor with the Michigan State University College of Nursing and Forbes Healthy Advisory Board member, comments, no matter where you are in your life, maintain brain health is a job number one. A drawback with retirement is a risk of brain changes when you leave a job that provided mental challenges and kept you physically active and socially connected. Activities that protect cognition. Neuroscientist Dr. Daniel J. Levitin says that when people retire, there is a tendency for many to turn in on themselves. Do you have to retire? Canadians do not have a mandatory retirement age, although some occupations require you to retire at a certain age. For example, pilot. Retirement benefits and challenges. The life changing of retirement brings excitement, but also challenges. The transition from working to not working can lead to feeling lost or lonely while adjusting to new routines and dealing with the loss of a sense of identity and accomplishment you get from your career. Psychology Today contributor Andrew Brandt, PhD, states, sometimes we don't know what we're going to miss until it's gone. And structure and community are things you may be surprised to miss. Retirement and cognitive decline. Dr. Ross Angel, a professor at Arizona State University, who studies cognitive aging and retirement, tells the New York Times that researchers believe the brain and body adapt to the new circumstances of having less activity by deteriorating. Some research highlights on the relationship between retirement and cognitive decline includes those followings. CNN medical correspondent Sanjay Kupat cites a French study with 429,000 participants, finding that the risk of dementia is reduced by 3.2% for every additional year a person works. A person retired at 65 had a 15% lower risk of dementia than someone retired at 60. A European study involving 8,000 retired participants found a faster decline in verbal memory, the ability to recall a list of words at a certain amount of time, than in participants who were working. People who work in higher positions and who see their career as a significant part of their identity may experience greater cognitive decline than people in lower positions. Dr. Amanda Smith, a professor of psychiatry and behavioral neuroscientists at the University of South Florida Masonic College of Medicine and an advisory board member of Fabis Health, has observed that people who define themselves by their careers and have little outside interest often struggling more than others. So people who find other meaningful ways to feel important. People with forced retirement due to health conditions or ageism, or who have financial difficulties with retiring, can have a more severe impact. Women experiences less of the mental or cognitive decline, and this could be due to their continued socializing and spending time with the family. Retirement and depression. This is another subject. Let's continue. In addition to cognitive decline, researchers have identified depression as a potential health issue that can arise with retirement. People go from having a work identity to feeling worthless, having a lower mood and feeling sadness, according to Xi Chen, a Yale University associate professor of the public health. What can you do? So face the question, what can you do? Okay, here's a suggestion. You need to have a plan, keeping working or keeping as a volunteer. And have a plan. Planning is essential with a focus on keeping your brain engaged and maintaining social connections. Research has shown that regardless of your income level, those who have prepared for their retirement report being the most satisfied with their retirement lives. Dr. Alison Moore, University of California, San Diego, chef of the geriatrics, gerontology, and palliative care division. Those words I don't know. And encourages people to start or plan new routines a few years before retiring rather than waiting until after you retire. Because she says it makes it more difficult to take the plunge. She comments, being open to new experience before you make this big life-changing can kind of prepare you. Second way is keep working or keep as a volunteer. CNN medical correspondent Dr. Sanjay Gupta encourages people to delay retirement as long as possible. And when you do to retire, don't quit on life. He points out that in Okinawa, Japan, there is no word for retirement. Elders are respected, acknowledged for their experience, and do different things as they get older, not necessarily fewer things. Neuroscientist Dr. Daniel Levitin agrees, stating that for most of us, the best advice is don't stop working. He says, even if you are physically impaired, it's best to keep working, either in a job or as a volunteer. If returning to work is not an option, regarding volunteering, Dr. Levitin states, there is a transformative effect in helping others. An interesting statistic cited by Dr. Levitin is that between 25 and 40% of people who retire return to work to regain a sense of purpose, use their brain, and be socially engaged. It is beneficial for the workplace as multi-generational teams outperform single-generational workplaces. Another way to reduce the depression is to find a purpose and stay socially connected. Research shows that people with a purpose have less age-related cognitive decline. Stay socially connected. When you work, you spend more time with the co-workers than with your family and the social circle. With the loss of daily interaction with your at-work relationships, the focus shifts to new or changing the interpersonal relationships. They become a critical part of any successful retirement transition. Make the effort to spend more time with your existing network, reconnect with the old friends, and make new connections. Research shows that when your social connections shrink, cognitive decline follows. Positive social engagement helps to maintain brain functions and protects against cognitive decline. The nonprofit Center for the Better Aging has found that social connections are just as essential as money and health in achieving a good quality of life in later years. The famous long-term study of male Harvard graduates from 1938 to the present found that having a close relationships was the #1 predictor of health and quality of life, surpassing social class, IQ, cholesterol levels, and genetics. Senior centers offer a variety of activities where you can meet others. Classes, community events, and religious services are other places to meet others. Psychology Today contributed Andrew Brent PhD comments. Remember, if it is a place you want to be, it's also a place where people like you will be. Join a club such as men's shade, book clubs, and walking clubs. The best connections are one where you are engaged in meaningful discussions with other people and challenge your mind. For example, a book club. An important point made by the second wind movement is to surround yourself with people who uplift you and make you a better version of yourself. They state, being social is good for your health, but only if you choose the right people. Okay, here we are going to give another 2 good points to reduce the depression after you retire. Trying something new and creative. This has 2 benefits. Keeping your brain sharp and providing a sense of purpose. Different hobbies or activities can help keep your mind sharp. Find something that makes you happy. Patricia Hen, founding director of the Center for Optimal Aging at Marymount University and Fabis Health Advisory Board member, advise people to work their brains just like exercisers' muscles. The brain is a use it or lose it kind of organ. When you learn new information, you are building a new cells and tissues. Building good habits early in retirement can set you up for more meaningful later years. More good tips. Keep listening. Exercises. This is the most helpful strategy to prevent cognitive decline. If you have limited mobility and you are unable to run or take an aerobics class, chair aerobics or foot pedals are an option. Manage your chronic health conditions. Stay on top of medical concerns like diabetes and high blood pressure. Seek professional help if you need it. The Canadian Psychological Association encourages retired individuals who are struggling to find value and meaning in their lives and who feel sad and less valued to seek professional help through counseling. See their psychology work fact sheet, Retirement. So the article I read to you is from University of Victoria, Self-Management BC, the program. I'm in the loop, so I can get these articles quite often. And I wish we can form online or offline the people to study all those good articles, because nowadays on the social media, everything's so short and pieces the information, not give you the good tips or positive energy. So we hopefully to have these articles reading out. When you read, you check the words by words. Some words, you see, I still don't know, and I need to catch up by check a dictionary. And but anyhow, this is I find the article without pre-reading and open it, just read at once. Because I have less patience if I read through and record it one more time, and I will lose my patience, except I have somebody online with me together at evening Vancouver time, BC Vancouver time, and at 9 to 10 o'clock, and we read it together. You can read one paragraph, I read another paragraph. That will be good, right? So I hope you are okay to contact me if you find these articles from Facebook or through the little red note, 小红书, and we can read together. Okay? Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's keep healthy and keep happy life every day. Thank you. Bye for now.